Woohoo!
Just saw you pop up on YouTube.
Yowdy, yowdy. Hello, folks. Hello out there, YouTube. YouTube land. How you doing in Facebook land? Oh, you're out of the game, I guess, again. Out of the game, out of the game. Oh, man. It doesn't work again. YouTube, you guys are kicking booty. Booty, YouTube, you are live. All right, cool bananas. All right, let me go ahead and do this, what I got to do, so we can get on the moving. All right, good afternoon, good after evening, one of the two. Next week is going to be, guess what? Time change. If you're not on Zoom, you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, you're on Facebook. You're going to be waiting and waiting and waiting. Something about Facebook, I just don't understand why it doesn't work, and I'm not going to go out and go back in again. I'm going to leave it alone. Facebook, I don't know what I got to say about you, but it's not good, so I'm going to keep my mouth quiet because Mama said never say anything bad about somebody, because even though it might be the truth, it could always come back on you. So YouTube, you're awesome. Facebook, I wish you well. All right. Now Facebook and YouTube. How you folks doing, and anywhere else it goes to. Also, another thing is next week I'm going to change venues just to go ahead and see how things work on a different situation with the other one I was doing before, so the screen is going to be a little smaller. Tonight about corporate credit. One thing about corporate credit is what I want to tell you is this. One thing about corporate credit is no matter what happens in your world, corporate credit will be there. Hypothetically, say your personal credit is the worst on the planet, and you don't want to take the time yet to fix it because you only can get 1 times 1. In business credit, you can get 1 times 5 or 1 times 10. In business credit, you can have certain things done where in 90 days to 120 days, you have certain things on your report because you do and follow right and you join the right program. And on top of that, you have like maybe 120,000 or $1.2 million reporting on your business credit that are primary, which means it belongs to you, certified, verified, turned over to you. How's that done? Because we do it properly and perfectly for you. And all the programs that we have. Some of you join the programs, which are also the programs which are like the beginner programs or the hybrid program. The hybrid program is this. I'm getting tired of being in the Bahamas, so I'm going to change that background. I keep getting hot all the time over here. Okay. All right. So with that said, I just want to go ahead and say that you guys are awesome. And most of all, I want to say, remember this. Remember that you're the one that makes a difference in building your business credit. Some of you are brand new. Business credit is not a theory. If someone talks to you and keeps telling you, well, this is what I know we probably can do. Probably is a very weak answer. This is what I know we can do. If you want probably, go to somebody else. We're going to tell you what we can do. And here's the bottom line. A lot of you have a lot of things that happened to you before in other areas with other companies. All right. And one of the things is that what's happened to you in other areas is that most of all, some of the things that you've done, you've been either let down, burnt, or whatever you want to say. But some of the things is you want to begin to remember when you come to us and you bring your garbage, we don't deal with your garbage. That's you learning a lesson in college. You went to college, you paid a fee, you learned. And if you got burned, that's on you. You don't bring it to another business and say, well, this before. If not, we're going to just take our time with you and put you to the side and let you know, don't bring it to us. You bring either your good attitude about, okay, great. X happened to me. Based on my what I understand about you, you guys aren't that way. Cool beans, we move forward. But a lot of you want to go ahead and pay us big money and then start telling us who we are based on your past. That's not going to work with us. I'm not going to buy what you're selling. And I definitely tell our team, if you buy what anyone else is telling you about another person's product, you're gone. Because we're not here to buy what you're selling about your past. Your past is your past. Tough luck. We all have had it. I've been burnt. Trust me, I've been burnt. And here's another thing. Here's the crazy thing. Even back in the early 2000s, I was going to a lot of different seminars of building credit. Finally, they realized who I was and they started kicking me out. But before that, man, you talk about, I mean, even though I wasn't learning anything from them, I was wanting to see what they were really offering. Was it really true or a lie? Then I caught on to the wording, what they were saying, like some of the wording. Hey, you can get up to $300,000 in corporate credit. You can get up to $250,000 of this. So I began to articulate the words and the syntax and context. Context is very decisive, and content is after the context, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, once you know context is very decisive, you know content must match the context. And a lot of it wasn't. In fact, there's some guy right now, God, I wish I could say their names, but it's just like I've always been told not to. So I'm not saying they're doing anything unethical, but I'm saying if you're going to really be strong out there and if you know your product, you have no worries to tell, hey, this is what we can do. What I'm going to do is grab stuff from their website and I'll put it up. If you recognize that that's on you, then you'll know. They say, hey, my client just got $70,000. My client just got $350,000. My client just got $250,000. Are they telling you that? Now you read it, you keep reading, you keep reading. When I say our clients have gotten so much, I'll tell you that it's either they've gotten the $150,000, $100,000, $60,000 from the hybrid program, which they did personally guarantee. And on top of that, but before they started personal guarantee, they understood we're going to start working on getting them out of that personal guarantee in the next 18 months or 24 months tops. See, I'll tell you that so you know. But when I tell you, hey, our client got 50, 60, 50, 250, whatever it is in business credit, would it be a credit line, a Visa, doesn't matter as long as it's cash. I don't care. Here's the thing. Do you folks care if a bank gave you the loan or some kind of business down the street gave you a loan, a credit line loan? What if I told you, would you care if a insurance company gave you a credit line? Would you care? Even if it was at 0%, 5%, 8%, 6%, would you care? A lot of you don't understand the power of writing off the writing off the interest. See, I'm not afraid of interest rates. Those of you that are ignorant, I'm going to say it straight out. Those of you that are ignorant to how corporate credit works, you are missing the boat. Get a hold of a good CPA, or again, if you want, you call me and I'll give you a good CPA that knows her stuff, that will tell you the power behind having high interest rates. See, you really got to understand the game. And tonight is not really all about that, but I just brought it up due to the fact that I was reviewing some of the calls. I review all my calls. Oh, just so you know, when you call the office, all the calls are recorded because I go over to see what my staff mistakes might have made or some of the great stuff the staff said to people to go ahead and actually enlighten them to the power that they're missing by having the thought pattern of what it's like to have personal credit. It's two very distinct mentalities on having business credit and personal credit. Two different distinctions. And if you do not master the distinctions between the two, you will suck at building corporate credit. I said it. I said you will suck. I'll challenge anybody out there that has any kind of corporate credit right now that I guarantee you I can come into your company and just swoop and show you everything you're missing. Everything you're missing. I promise you're missing 10 times your building power and you don't even know it because you think you know it all. It's not that we know it all. We've been through it all up to this time. I've been in business since 1985, made my mistakes for the first 10 years, and then experienced a lot of ups, this sideways, left and rights, been in the 2008 problem, been in the early 90 problems, been in the late 80 good stuff. I mean, everything. Being in the contract business with selling homes, a lot of stuff that I'm telling you, A lot of contracts you're doing now are no different from it was back in 1985. Again, I'm going to tell you, Google Dave Delgado. Google, oh God, I forgot his name. Oh God. Even, was it Tom Vu? Oh my God. I did buy his program, just so you know. Carlton Sheets is another one. His contracts and Dave Delgado contracts, they vary in areas. And there's a lot of other people. These new guys you've seen in there are teaching you everything that is old in context, old in context, but new in content of the rules that just started, in the last 10 years. All right. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just letting you know, if you go back and look at the only thing that has actually changed, it's not even transformed. The only thing that's changed is just some of the wording for the benefit of people doing the buying now versus before it was reversed for the versus the seller. So also each state's different. So I just want to make you aware. I'm not saying their stuff's bad. I'm just letting you know, some of this, I laugh at the stuff you guys are buying. I totally laugh. Don't get me wrong. I have bought some stuff to see what the contracts are so I can actually say what I'm saying. I'll buy it because I want to back up what I'm saying to let you know. You guys out there, all of you, I say you guys even includes myself. And some people say I shouldn't be this straight, but I just want to be so authentic with you that you guys get that you're safe. Because I'm not going to do anything without making sure that I know what I'm offering you in a way that makes a difference, in a way that will go ahead and enhance your life. I'm not saying don't buy the product. Just know what you're buying is you're buying the past in the present moment that's been updated for a future process. Now, a lot of you probably don't want to begin to think that deep, but I do. Why? Because of the fact is that, again, if I'm going to be talking to a mass public, when I say something, I want to be able to know, you know what? You can go back and look what I told you. I'm not just talking about Carlton Sheets. There's some other people out there. In fact, IT man, if you know some other people out there back in the 80s and the beginning of the early 90s, shoot the name to me in the chat room, and I'll go ahead and tell them. But Carlton Sheets, Dave Delgado, they were one of the pioneers in different areas. One of the foreclosure, Carlton Sheets was more of like going in, buying low, selling high, or refurbishing, flipping. Flipping was done back then. You were able to flip even if you had the house, in a certain condition. So there's a lot of things that are not different. The reason I'm saying this, it all has to do with corporate credit. One of the things I highly suggest is never buy a house as an individual. Have it under a corporate name, under a division, which I'll go over a little bit later. Today I'm going to rehearse some things today. I'm going to rehearse some things. I'm going to go ahead and go over some other things with you regarding about real estate, regarding about contracts. The contracts in real estate are really old. Like I said, the contracts are from the past for you can use in the present moment, designed for the future moments. So those are the things a lot of people don't realize. Again, for those of you that are fact checker freaks, I adore you. Why? Because I want you to check what I'm saying. Go check out Dave Delgado. Go check out Carlton Sheets. Go check out Tom Vu. I never bought Tom Vu's course, okay? I'm going to tell you I did based on his old synopsis. But Carlton Sheets had some fair stuff in contracts, and so did Dave Delgado, okay? So now, with that said, let's move a little forward, because what I said, I'm going to go ahead and go over some stuff that I went over with you guys before. Here's the thing. I want you to know what corporate credit or business building credit breaks this stuff down to you, saying, well, it's not necessary to know. My students, I want to make sure when they're out there knowing what they're really up to, which means when they're building their business credit, why they're building the business credit. And on top of that, remember this, I'm not here to be your legal advisor. I'm here to go ahead and give you the information to win with. I'm here to give you information that we use that's working for us. All right? Your job, if you want, go check with an attorney, consultant, whatever you want to do. I've already explained attorneys to you, so the minute you hire one, You know what you're up against, and they're not going to tell you the truth. You need to go pull the attorney's oath online, and when you talk to the attorney, ask him if the oath is true. Ask them if their oath is true, and read the last, I think it's the last, maybe, I'm going to say almost the last paragraph, because it's not that long. So it's like the last paragraph, the last four sentences in there that tells you really what they're up to. And then, ask them. That's all I'm saying. Ask them. I'm not saying don't hire them. You just need to know where you're at when you do it. And then you know when to hire and when not to. Also, we're not here to be your financial advisor. Here's the thing. You're all adults. You're all grown people. Either going to make a bad decision or you're going to make a good decision. End of story. And then from that decision, you're going to learn. But again, like I said, some of you make bad decisions, and you've been to other businesses where you tried to build your business. You come to us, and now you want to pay a high price with us, but then you're complaining and moaning and groaning. Say, oh my God, I want this other place. You guys the same. Hey, I'd rather just refund your money and say, you know what, go over here, because we're not here to take your past on. We're here to go ahead and do what we say we're going to do, and that's what we're going to do based upon your performance. Now, if we're going to build it for you completely, then we're going to be accountable 100% for the performance. But if we have to count on you, you're counting 100% on your performance. We'll deliver when you decide to get back in the game. We'll deliver to you when you get off the benches, get off the bleachers, get on the court and start dribbling to the ball, get hit in the face a few times, get fouled, get pushed down, get bullied a little bit because a lender tells you you're an idiot and you're stupid, you don't know what you're doing. Whatever you're going to go through, then you get back on the field again. You call us, hey, I just got beat up because you told me to go over here, and I was telling them everything that I was supposed to do. We never told you that. We didn't tell you to open your mouth like a gaggling gurgie. We didn't tell you to go squawk like a little bird. We didn't go ahead and tell you to go ahead and sing the opera to them. We just told you to go, hey, tell me you're applying here. This is what you're looking for, end of story. But a lot of you want to get into this big old story. You want to get in the drama. You want to get in all this nonsense. I don't know why you like nonsense, but oh well. And the reason why I say that, because people, this week I got a lot of calls this week about people moaning and groaning. Well, is your program safe? No, it's not safe if you're asking me. Of course it's not safe, because you're not going to make it safe. The reason why people ask that when they pay the kind of money what they're doing is because of the fact they know how they're going to perform. See, here's the thing. You can't hide from yourself no matter how much you want to hide from yourself. Building business credit will reveal every crack in you, every crack, because it's designed that way. Corporate credit, that's why how powerful corporate credit is. It's not like personal credit. You can go ahead and be late 15 days and pay a 15-day late fee. It's not going to report on the exterior, just their internal, and that's about it. Business tells the truth about you. You late 1 minute, you're late. That's it. You late 20 seconds, you're late. You late you're late 1 millisecond, you're late. That's it. No forgiveness. A lot of you do not understand. I still have a client. He's been in business for 17 years in the construction end of flipping houses and owning stuff. He makes good money, and that's what he counts on. If he really wanted to take care of his business and build his business credit report, he would follow what I suggest, what he orders to get a score. He has no score. On Business Experian, he had an 85, and he destroyed it down to 11. He destroyed it down to 11. Think about that, folks, because he paid late. Guess what? In corporate credit, late is late. You can't be 15 days late. You can't be 60 days late. You can't be, it just will horrify your score. And on top of that, the less amount of reporting of payment experiences will hurt your score that much. But if you had maybe 25 to 42 to 82 reporting on your Dun & Brad, one like that wouldn't, on Dun & Brad, excuse me, on your Business Experian, one would not destroy you that badly. So, I mean, I know I'm not going to say how many he has, but you probably figure that out. It's 5+, that's all I'm going to say. Now, here's the thing. And they want to complain, well, this doesn't work, that didn't work, this, that. How can you complain when you're not doing your job? You didn't pay us to do it for you. If that's the case, we would have did it for you. We would have told you, great, we need a credit card that we can use because we're going to go to Crown Office Supply and order that and pay that fee. We're going to CEO Creative and order that. But they all know, I don't need this, I don't need that. Well, evidently you know what you're doing then, or else you don't. Then why'd you pay for us? People are that ignorant to really think that eventually money will run out. I don't care what you get into. Ask Amazon. Amazon knows. Ask Walmart. Ask Sam's. Now, someone can carry the weight because they have other things going on, but you got to remember, folks, you can't be that arrogant and think it's never going to bite you. It will catch you because you live in a place that will do things to you unexpectedly, and that's the worst thing there is. All I want to say is this. You're going to come moan and groan that corporate credit doesn't work fast enough. Here's the thing. We give you everything in the beginning that works really great like everyone else would do. That's all the basic stuff. Some of you have businesses already built and you don't know what to do with it and you're worried about this, that, and the other thing. We don't care about your past. We only care about what you're going to do in the moment moving forward. Why? Because that's all there is. You can't even show us the past. You can't even break out a video or what you call it, a camera shot, or even you can't even show us a snapshot on a video or on a YouTube or whatever, TikTok, all those other little Snapchats, well, all those places, LinkedIn, all those other ones you want to go, Tweety Bird. All right, whatever. You cannot show us anything about your past. So guess what? If you can't show it in live time on a video that it once happened on this date, it doesn't exist anymore. You keep it alive because you keep opening your mouth and let your brain run crazy instead of running for the perfect opportunity in the moment for your life to have something great. Y'all love to just dwell in, oh my God. Hey, it happened, it happened. End of story. Show it where it is. If you can't show it, it doesn't exist. Only places it exists is in your head or everything. Even when you get a ticket, it's a ticket in the past that you could go show you had a ticket, but you can't tell us, you can't show us the image and the picture why you got the ticket. You can only explain it. The ticket just says you got a ticket. It doesn't even tell you why. It just says ticket 80 miles an hour over a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit or something. All right? Or you're on the highway, you went going 120, and they were nice enough to give you a break and say you were going 80 miles an hour. All right? But you still can't show the past of the guy writing you the ticket or the lady writing you the ticket. You can't. So I don't know what you guys get off on. I don't know how much it's paying you, but if it's paying you a lot of money to keep regurgitating your past and, well, you know, I got to analyze this and I got to do this, and then cool. Show me how much you're making then. I will follow you. I will be your best supporter. Show me where you can show me your past on a video that you keep crying about. This company burnt me and they did this to me. Oh my God, stop it, Becky. All right. So all I'm saying is this. If you can't show it and if it's not making you any money, then guess what? It's not worth holding on to. But if you're making money, I want to sign up right now. I want to go ahead and get together with you. We'll create some powerful marketing for that. How to make money by living in your past. That's beautiful. Even some of the people go on YouTube, yeah, you know, I've been doing this for 10 years, and now they're coming out to sell your product. Show me what you've been doing 10 years ago, and I'll believe in your product. Come and buy this, and you're going to earn $10,000 a year. I mean, a day. Oh, a year. $10,000 a day. Join now. You know, we get free traffic. You get this, you get that. Please stop it. Everything takes work. Truly, if someone really were going to brag about that and do something, they would actually give it to you and say, for 1 year, we're going to take 20% of what you make. Here, it's built for you. You just go, ready to go. We'll teach you for 90 days, and after that, it's yours. Still again, 90 days. See, even building your business credit takes the same thing. It's like semesters. Building your business credit runs in semesters. Those who've been to college, you understand what a semester is. About 120 days, about 90 days, somewhere in there, depending on the breaks you get for the holidays or whatever it is. But it's about 90 to 120 days. And you pay so much per quarter. Well, what do you think business credit is? Business credit is not set it and forget it. Business credit is set it and grow. set it and grow. But it's going to grow to the proportion that you're willing to put, which invest in the corporate credit, what you want out in return. Somebody wants 2 million, but not willing to invest $99. Give me a break. Someone that wants 1.2 million in business credit, not willing to invest on an average, I don't know, let's say $400 a month to go ahead and build their score. And then after that, you back away and go to start getting the business card, so it's a little easier. Some of you don't even want to go ahead. And now when I say this, I'm not talking about like the ARCO BP. The ARCO BP is all over the United States. BP ARCO, the green card. That's all over the United States, but the ARCO BP is not. But the BP green card the MasterCard is all over the US. But a lot of you won't do that now because that requires yes, you'll have to have the funds. Because if you're brand new, they're going to ask you, guess what? You need to put $500 up. But here's the bonus. If you put $500 up, they'll give you 3 times the amount, which is $1,500. All right. If you have $1,000 you can squeeze, you give them $1,000, you get $3,000. That's the highest they go. So you get $3,000 reporting on your Dun & Brad. A lot of you think when you get a Dun & Brad and you get a score, you think, oh, I'm ready to go be Big Bank Hank. No, you're not ready to be Big Bank Hank. You want to be Big Bank Hank, then you got to go for a different type of program with us. There's a program for everybody where they start. Some people have to start and build pay $400 a month for all the stuff they got to gather. Now, some of them, if you do it correctly, there's 4 products actually, that you need that you only have to pay for up front. Up front meaning it's a membership. Crown Office Supply. Crown Office Supply, what you're going to do is that you're going to pay up front, I think it's $89 or $99 a month. I mean, sorry, $89 or $99 for the membership. And then I believe, from what I know, because I don't use them, I haven't used them. To be honest, I haven't, because I went for other cards and stuff way back when, and I still have other avenues where I don't need to do that anymore. All right. But the thing is, for the people that we have, it's $99 a month. I mean, God, why do I keep saying that? It's $99 for the membership for a year. And I believe, based on what I understand and spoke to them about, if you don't order anything from each month, there's a fee of $20. So you pay $20. They report anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 that they approve you for. You get approved for one of those or somewhere in between. So one beautiful thing about it is that you'll have higher limits. You want high limits in the beginning, so when you get to the cards, so you need 5 payment experiences to give you the cards you're going to need. You can have 3 payment experiences, but then you're only going to get weaker cards to begin with. You want the 5 payment experiences to get the best cards that the higher limits that you want for the credit cards when they start coming up. Because then from those 5 payment experiences, you're going to build your credit cards. You're going to start applying for certain gas cards. Gas cards are going to be your best friend. And there's another thing. The guy, again, that had his business for 17 years with no credit says, I have enough gas cards. No, you don't. You want to alternate those gas cards between your vehicles. If you had 5 gas cards, none of you would have a problem getting scores. You just got to know how to dance between them. Now, they're not going to be high credit limits. There might be 1,000, there might be 2,000, it might be 5,000, maybe, depending. That's why I like Crown Office Supply. Usually give you up to $5,000. That's a high reporting card. Also, a Surtees with a TS at the end, SY. For them, they're about $6,500 they give you. So you have $6,500. Yes, it's a t-shirt place. Sorry, if you're going to make an investment, you got to make an investment. And I just want to tell you, I just want to be real honest with you. You guys got to make, you do need to make an investment. This is an investment like you're going to college, because you are. You're learning what it does to take your business credit to the next level. If you have your first level where you've never done it, you've got to learn the fresh level. You're going into, guess what? You're going your first year to college. Your first year to college. That's right. You got 4 quarters from the time you start. First year in college. You got to make the investment in your tools. Absolutely, you do. A lot of you want microwavable. Now, here, when I say microwavable corporations, okay, microwavable, not a problem. Do you have the 50 G's to do it? And it might only come with $300,000, and that's not just cash. It's vendor credit, trade credit, and business cash credit. Some of the cash credit might only be 100. Let me ask you, who can tell me what 10 times 50,000 is? Anybody have a number? I know what it is. It's what? I know what it is. What do you guys know what it is? Times 10. I'm sleeping. Someone give me an answer. All right, beautiful. It's 50. It's $500,000. So if you got a return of $500,000, when I say when you spend 50K to get 300,000, then now you're able to apply. Now this is without vetting. This is without vetting you. Okay, vetting means you're not going to go. They're not going to check your credit. Some companies you're going to buy, they're going to need to check your credit because you're taking over as the CFO and the CEO. So that takes about a 30-day process. See, those who want microwavable, there's no such thing unless if you're going to do it another way, there's another way we know that we do it. Cost you $100,000 that you come in as we hire you on as a CFO, and then we move you up to the ranks. Then you take over. And those companies will run anywhere between 500,000, $500,000 to $750,000. But you got to pay. But see, no one wants to. No. I want to go ahead and get it. Okay, you want it that way? Then fine. We build it. We'll start another way. I just want to let you know. I don't care if you start at 400, 997, whatever that. I don't care. You still can get to $1 million in 24 months. Some want to do it right away. They're able to pay for it. You want to pay $23,000, $24,000, $28,000 to go ahead and get everything set up properly, so you can have the 1.2 million in reporting, or $2.25 million reporting. You know, some of you want 1.2 million reporting on your thing, but it takes. We have to go ahead and put everything together so it's done properly, so it gets vetted right, so it's a primary to your business. You want 1.2 million given to your thing. That's $50,000. You see, I'm just giving you all the prices possibilities. Why? Why not? Just nothing to hide. If you want to begin at a beginner level, that's a beginner level for some people. Some people, if you got the racks to drop, you could drop 3 racks, 4 racks, 5 racks, 10 racks, 40 racks, whatever. It's up to you how you want to play. And I'm just saying, people that whine don't really want to get anywhere. I'm just going to prepare you. Our staff is prepared not to take the whiny calls. They're really going to start vetting the calls. Because if you're a serious player, guess what you do? You call us and you tell us, put up or shut up. Okay, cool. What you want? All right, no problem. Here's how it goes. You want us to do it, or you want to do it? You want to do it? Here's what's going to happen. This is what we're going to be accountable for. This is what you're going to be accountable for. If you don't perform any of these, you can't come back at us. But if you want us to do it, then it's our back, our word, all my tech guys' word, everybody's word that's a part of this organization to make it happen for you. And within a period of time, give or take 10 or 15 days either way. That's it. That's how simple it is. And those of you that are just beginning, you're welcome to come to the training classes once you become part of the family. It's closed door to everybody else. But anything else, guess what? Even tonight, we're missing somebody. Some people here that say that I want to go ahead and join, I want to be here. As far as I know, they're not on the Zoom. They're on they might be on the other ones. But I want to let you know that, hey, it's awesome. And also, let's see. Let me ask my guy here, Mr. Let me see if my tech guy has this for me. I wonder if he has found anything here. Mr. Tech Guy, you find anything regarding anyone else besides Carlton Sheets and Dave Daldado back in the 80s and 90s? If you do, just send them in the chat room, in the chat there, so I can go ahead and tell these people a few more things, because I think it's important that they do know. All right, so now let's move forward. There's some things I want to go over with you again. When I say again, some of you were in this conversation before and some of you weren't. So if I say again, the ones that it belongs to, then it's again. Some of you also that are brand new to this, then I get a pen and paper to write this down, because you want to write this information down. Even though you can go back and listen to this over and over and over again, you know. So let's go ahead and begin that while I'm just looking here for see if my tech guy knows anything there. So what I want to say to you folks is, what I'm going to tell you now is what I once exposed to you once before. So here we go. All right, I guess no chat. All right, cool beans. Now, we talked about the trucker business before. I just want to let you know again, the truckers are the ones that I have a great admiration for. The women, men and women out there, and couples that do it are awesome. I know they're busy. They work 6 days a week. Some do 7, which I think, I don't know. I don't know why, but okay. But here's one thing about them. They can build the best credit overall. And guess what? There's a way to go make sure their business can do well. They make sure the way their trucks can go ahead and grow, what they can do, and proper write-offs, and they can actually make more money if they were incorporated and started building different things. One thing I'm going to say to you folks is this, is that being in the trucking business is awesome, but one thing I would say, set your business up so you can lease your truck every 2 or 3 years at the most, so you don't have to worry about maintenance that much. Get a new truck every 3 years and get on it. Do your, I don't know, 700 to 1,000,000 miles and move on. New truck. Next thing is this. I want to let you know about the Paydex score. Paydex score at Dun & Brad is very unique. It's a different unique indicator, okay? They indicate different things by how you pay, okay? Consumer FICO scores are different ranges, but the Paydex scores, the best one is 100, and you can go ahead. 80 to 100 is a good score to have. Plus, your payment experience makes a difference. The higher that you have, like for instance, like $6,000 limit, and then you have the what you borrowed maybe used 1,000 of it, you paid back 1,000 of it. That shows that you know what to do with it. There's many things, but you also, the highest limit that does show on a report. Just remember this, folks. Everything will make a huge difference if you understand how to build business credit. Also, another thing, individual credit scores come from several factors. The Paydex scores comes from one single factor. Paydex scores come from one single factor. It's, how do you say this? I don't want to be again. Well, it's if the business makes a prompt payment to its supplier and creditors within the agreed upon payment terms, guess what? Most lenders, suppliers looking for a score of 80 or higher. Now, this is true, but you're better off at 80, because this is where you get some of the credit lines through Dun & Brad. Your business experience, you want 85 plus. All right. So if you own a business, your Paydex score is essential in establishing new credit, and you continue building your limits. Even if you exceed $100,000 on your limit, which means this. Let's say you have $100,000 and you need to exceed it. You can always call to go ahead and get an increase if you're paying. You can max out your card on any lender in the business world. It's not held against you. You max your card out on a personal, you're dead meat. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. Here's another thing. When I say it only takes 60 days to establish a positive paydex score, that's if you ordered all your 5 primary payment experiences in your first month. Like you ordered on the 1st, you pay everything by the 20th of the month. The next month, again, you order on the 1st, you pay everything by the 20th of the month. Your score will show up the next month with a 5 payment experience at one time. All right, it'll show up that way. Also, another thing you want to begin to find out, there's a lot of things you can do with Dun & Brad. There's a lot of positive you can get. There's a lot of things you can do. Some of you, I highly suggest, even if you do, go to companies that don't report to Dun & Brad or Business Experience. If so, we can give you those companies and you can go to them and see if they'll establish you, even if you're brand new. Why? We do have a service that will refer you to that you can hire. They'll call that company, and then that company will they'll verify that company that you make the payment, and they'll go ahead and get it on Dun & Brad and Business Experience for you. Of course, there's a fee with that. See, there's a fee when you're building. After you're building, get your scores. You don't need them anymore. You need it up front. This is what you do in the beginning is going to establish what kind of money you'll have in 9 months. Whether it might be 100,000, a $500,000, or $1 million. What you do in the first 120 days will establish, because the places we tell you to go to get the numbers and the gas cards make a difference. It does make a difference for what we're telling you. Why? Because of the high dollar amount. Because when you first go out there and start applying for cards after you get your paydex score, we want to make sure you have high credit limits, like at least a minimum of 3. One of them you're going to have 6,500 if you decide to use the t-shirt company for 3 months or less. So you spend $100 in t-shirts for your business, so what? Or if you have a big family, put down the family name, the family of 20, I don't know, Jim Jones family of 100. I don't know, whatever it is. Or if you have your business name, put your business name on it. You know, Business Credit R Us, something. Or let's see, if you're doing personal credit, like taking care of personal credit, put down, personal credit builders or something. I don't know. But whatever you put on the t-shirt, make sure it makes sense when you're wearing it. Put Jesus Lives. Or like when they came on the smiley face. I don't know. Do something that's unique. Just, I wouldn't use the F-bomb, okay? All right, so now, another thing about applying for more business credit and using it often, make sure you pay it back early. This is all stuff you can read. This stuff I went over before. This stuff I'm going over now. When you pay your credit on time, on the business credit, it makes it more of access and available to you. Again, I have someone that just blew their credit. Now they're going to expect me to fix their mess, which I'll fix it. Absolutely. Now, this is one thing you're going to begin to learn, all you beginners out there, never to bring the pain home. Here's the thing. The reason why I'm so adamant about this, I understand about the pain. I mean, I think one day I might just do a webinar, just, here's how I got started. And here's the mistakes I made. And then you'll know why I'm adamant about never bringing the pain home. And even when I still talk about it this day, I still get a little emotional about it. It's not that I'm not done with it, but man, it was, when you're in your, how was I, in my 20s? Well, I think it was in my late 20s or mid 20s, somewhere around there. I have to go back and look at some stuff because I still have stuff in the scrapbook that I made. But one of the things is that never bring the pain home. It never occurred to me until they actually came knocking at my door. And there's a lot of stuff that I went through. And with my family, with my wife, she's no longer here. She moved on to heaven. And with my kids, they were little in the garage. And I'm not saying ego-wise, it wasn't easy. Prideful, it wasn't easy. It was just tough to manage that. But my wife never said one thing to me about other than, you know what, I believe in you. And since she said, since you believe in God, I know that we'll come through. And we did. We really did. We really, really did. It was awesome. But here's one of the things I want to let you know. Even if you're persons that you really think that you know it all, none of us do. Because what you see, you know what you don't know, but do you know what you don't know that you don't know? And that people think, oh, wow, that's a bunch of nonsense talk. Is it really? Because some of you know what I'm talking about when I say that. See, y'all know what you don't know. So that's not being smart. That's just being okay. So you're aware what you know, what you don't know. But are you aware of and have the distinctions of, guess what you don't know that you don't know, that you don't know. Those are the distinctions that make a huge difference. See, right now, I have a challenge in the marketing arena. That's what I have a challenge in, the marketing arena. I know what I bring to the table. I have a lot of years of experience, and I'm great at coaching, and I'm great at going analyzing businesses because I've done that. I'm great at analyzing the credit to see, whoa, or this or that, or things that are out of whack. I know I'm good at that. The real estate part of it, man, I've ate it and I made it. Okay. And I have my first contract. I showed you guys once in one of the webinars. I have a couple more I just found again to go ahead and show. And these were all, again, were not through the banks. They were either, which what they're talking about now. Some were options, option contracts. Some were like, okay, they just turned the property over to me. I offered them a higher price based on what they allowed. Okay, they tell me, okay, you know what? The house is worth so much, it needs some repairs. Okay, they were fair about it. And I said, tell you what, if you work with me and I can do so-and-so, I'll give you $10,000 above your price. And then we worked out a deal where there was no money exchanged, other the agreement, what they're willing to carry and what needed to be done. I got the house, I leased the house out to purchase. Yeah, and it's all there in the transaction on the stuff and recorded until it got a little weird after that. See, back then in Dave Delgado's course, you were able to go ahead and take over to FHA with no credit check. Back in the 80s. You can find an FHA, and it was FHA. You can give a guy $500 to move out, or you just got him a U-Haul truck and hired the people yourselves, packed their stuff out. You moved into an apartment, and you still made a profit on the place. You bought the thing, and then you turn around and sell it for a profit. Within 45 days, you made yourself some money, anywhere from 10 to 15 grand. Now there's a way to do it as well. Now, these are the things that really are awesome, but a lot of people don't realize what they're buying from these courses. That's why when people join us, when they start making their money and start getting stuff, we start getting into that course. Because in the beginning, we can't. They don't have it. So there's so much that's available with corporate credit blueprints that a lot of you are out there getting a lot of the youngster information, but you're getting some of the misinformation because the youngsters don't know, and I can't blame them. That's why I said, one day one youngster's going to come in and say, you know what, I want us to work together. You need the marketing? Yep, then I got this for you. We'll get you out there and we'll have you blow it up. That's it. My tech guy is a tech guy, and I'm a person that knows the industry. So we're both together, we're good. But now we need a marketing person. That's what we're looking and doing now, and to get out there. So why? I've been around enough to go ahead. I'll go up against anybody in knowledge and how it works. Some of them have, they might have a lot of staff, but it doesn't mean they know, because I can tell you, again, if you go out there and look, they never talk about never bringing the paint home. There's only maybe one person out there that talks about it, and that's about it. And he's about the second person that I'm going to say he's number one smart man. Other than that, you don't hear anybody out there talking about don't bring the pain home. They always talk about getting into debt with the business, but they're not showing you how to go ahead and not bring the pain home, and also giving you ideas how to start a business if you want one, or if you already have one, how else to branch out to go ahead and make sure you're not caught in kind of a one wave only. Some of you also, you want to begin to understand, if you've never built a business, you don't have to have a business to start building business credit. Here's what happens when you start acquiring money in business credit. You develop about $500,000 to $1 million in business credit. You know, I said $500,000. I didn't even say 100,000. I didn't even say $250,000. That's just chump change. That's easy to get. You can be in fact, the first time person is a lot easier than someone that has knowledge about it. But here's the thing. The thing is this, whether you are brand new, I don't care if you're 175 years old. I don't care if you're 18 years old. If you want to ensure your graduation to your dream, and if you're in school, going to school, planning on having a dentist office, plan on having, I don't know, massage therapist, dental adjustment back, becoming a doctor office, becoming an OBGYN or whatever it is, do you realize in some of those areas you're going to need money to get it practice, or you have to go with somebody else to begin to split the practice with them? Why not get out and graduate? When you graduate from college with a high debt, that the business that you start forming now, building your business credit, so you know you can get your office stuff, the office lease. You have a score. You have like anywhere from $1 million to $2 million worth of credit built for your company. So then when you graduate, the company that you're the founder of hires you. Once it hires you, then it gives you a perk package saying, you come to work for this company, all right? You come to work for this company, and then on top of the company will go ahead while you're still employed with us, because you're going to also be employed by the corporation that you are the founder of. You can be employed as a founder. Go check with your attorney. Go check with your CPA, Chicken Pluckers Association. That's what they used to tell me. But some of them are real good chicken pluckers. That's why I like them. All right. And on top of that, and a financial planner. Because when you get out, you can hit the road running with your office, your graduation, and guess on top of that, you'll be able to put that debt underneath the corporation, because the corporation is going to hire you and say, as long as you work with us, we're willing to go ahead and make your payment on your degree, as long as you stay with the organization. The corporation gets to take that bill on and gets to write it off. Go check with your CPA, folks. Please go check with it. We just give you everything we've been doing and that we are doing. This is no in theory. You guys like theory? Cool, go to the other place. Who mentions don't bring the pain home? Who mentions don't bring the pain home? Who mentions about getting your personal credit together so you can have an emergency fund for your household just in case? You get yourself built up to 100, 200, $250,000 in personal credit. Your lifestyle is not meant to be used by the credit. Your lifestyle is meant to be generated through the business organization and the business money. And on top of that, don't spend more than 20% of your $100,000 or $200,000, period. Have the corporation do it correctly. I'm not going to tell you how to do it correctly unless you belong to us, but I'm going to just flood you with the idea. Have your corporation buy the house. What benefits did the corporation get for buying the house? They get a benefit, don't they? And then you can go ahead and lease the house out back from them if you wish. All right? I would lease it out. Why not? Lease it out. And there's contracts that we have for you inside when you join us, how to lease it properly and how to make sure that you win, even if something happens to the business, that you won't lose the house. All right? So there's many things, and there's ways to do the contract so it's written appropriately. So if anything ever happens, and let's say you lose that business and they take everything, all the assets, that's an asset they would have, but you would, even though you would lose the business, you would win the house. So even if you lose, you will win. Why? Because you thought it up front before it happens. This is what I mean by not bringing the pain home. Those of you millennials, those of you youngsters at 18, those are the ones that are teaching out there. What are they really teaching? Like I taught you, what I told you earlier, this one guy boasts and boasts and boasts. And I don't blame him. He's going after the people. Actually, what he's doing, he's trolling because he doesn't tell how he does it. See, he's trolling. And by trolling, he is, guess what? he's scooping everybody up and sorting out who has good credit and who doesn't. And he'll either toss them out or put them into another program that they can't get them that kind of money up front right away. All right. Now, there's some people out there that do some things that I don't like doing it because, again, if anything happens, they want to blame you. But there's things called credit partners. Credit partners are the ones that will come and do the hybrid program for you. You pay them a certain amount of fee, and they got to hope that you don't go bad on the payment. So that's a problem. So some people have that. I don't know. So what I also want to let you know is this. As you begin to understand, as we go in, about bringing the pain home is one of the things that you don't want to do. Why? Because your family is important. Or your life's important. Or what you do is important. All we want to do is say to you is this. Never bring the pain home, because that's what we teach inside of building your business credit. And you say, why is that a concern? Think about it happened in the COVID a year ago. Don't get lazy and try to forget it. That's one of the brings the most powerful people out. So you start building your business, you start getting existing your business, you can build your business quickly, and also following the strategies that we cover, we can get you going in 30, 60, 90 days, depending where you want to play at. It doesn't matter where you play at, folks. You know, I had someone come in too, and they invested in themselves. One of our real basic beginning program, which is perfectly fine. It's not a problem. And then some people, you know, are coming to the. We have another program where it's the associate program / affiliate program, and some people want to wait. You know, some want to say, great, I just want to refer people over to you. Okay, great. Then we get them going. But we tell them, you call Joe Hofendorfer. Hi, we're just here this way. I even tell some people that are affiliates, tell them to call me. You know, I don't have a problem with that. Tell me what you told them, and I'll go with that, and I'll design a package for them, or I'll give them this package. Or what package? Even if you know package, just tell them. I told them we have this middle package. I had some guy tell me I have a starter package, a middle package, and a high package. So I go, okay. Did you tell him what was in it? No, I said, okay. He just took what's the title of them, and so they call me up, and I say, yeah, I'm just the support team for him. He's busy doing this, that, and the other thing. And so I'd go ahead, and then they go ahead and sign up, and I say, great. Here's what you want to do. Do you have his number? Okay, great. You call your person back and let them know that you're signed up, and now he'll get you going. He'll make sure that we have our meetings. I tell him when we have the meetings and our trainings, you're going to be in that training, and he'll be the one accountable for you. I'm just here to go ahead and execute the stuff that he's looking for you to build. And then I tell him, here's what you need to follow. You follow it. Since we're his team, we're going to give you instructions to follow. He'll give you stuff to follow. We're going to let him know. We give him exactly what we've told you, so he can follow up with you. But he's the one that you're going to follow up and talk to and coach you along the way. Some say, well, I just started. I really don't know. Don't worry about that, because you're going to learn by talking and telling them. Here's what we're going to tell them. And then what we do, that's why Steph, great. I'll have them, hey, email me what they've been talking to you about. And in the meetings, we cover it in the meetings. Like I said, I'm never going to have any of my people that work with us. I build them up, not down. I don't expect anyone even to know this. I've been around a long time, all right? And I'm still 16 years old, so I don't know. I'm doing pretty good at 16. So I just want to let you know is this. Building your business credit is easy, and it is fun at times if you allow it. See, I'm a little methodical and serious in some ways, all right? I don't, like you said, you can see I don't have a lot of humor in some areas. I don't know why. That's what it is. But the thing is if I pull a funny, you can laugh because it's real. But anyways, well, I just want to say that those who are out there, here's the thing. Building business credit is going to be your best friend for the rest of your life, and you'll always be learning. And over here at Corporate Credit Blueprint, what we do and what I do, I'm always learning, checking up, seeing what's going on. In fact, I'm one that broke out about Amazon stating that Amazon will go bankrupt. And I said there's probably a reason why. And then 2 weeks later, the reason came out. And I even put the link on YouTube so you can see Bezo actually came out of his mouth and said it. It wasn't just me. You know, everything I talk about could be third-party verified. Because I know there's Google manias out there that will Google stuff. So that keeps me on my toes. So if I say something goofy, I even tell them, hey, go ahead and email me. Give it in the chat area. Put something down that you checked and, okay, check me, which is okay. Because I get to learn. And if I'm doing good, that's going to tell you, right on, man. I don't know where you got that. That's cool. Or you might ask a question, your fact checkers. Do it. I count on you. All I'm looking to tell you is this. Find me one. There's two people. After the two people, myself and another one. After that, find anybody else on YouTube or anyone that's talking about the line of defense, talking about don't bring the pain home, and really understanding the structure of building a business credit versus the ones that keep sucking people in and then taking their good credit to build their business credit. And if so, are they offering them a way out? Are they offering them a way out? Event this time next year, if you do not have your personal credit in check, you will need it to be in your business credit. The rules are going to change. So you must start getting your personal credit in check. So next year you can have the scores you need to get the credit you want. Banks are shifting the rules. Now, I mentioned something earlier, and I don't think anybody even caught this. I'm going to say it one more time. One more time. And that is, guess what? I said, would you mind? Would you even care if the credit line came from an insurance company? Would you? Huh. I wonder who that might be. Berkshire? I wonder. Anyways, would you mind? As long as you met the criteria of you have to have a minimum of 85, you have to have 14 lines of credit reporting active, you must have at least a minimum of $250,000 in projected income. Boy, I'm giving you guys some stuff that you have no idea what I'm laying on you. And then on top of that, can you verify that your business is making over $50,000 a year in profit net? Hey, I don't know, but okay, let's move on. Here's another thing you want to begin to learn is that you start fixing your own personal credit, but also you want to learn is that under the SS4 form, which is your business tax ID, you're going to begin to learn things. Also, another thing, as an affiliate, people that are affiliates with us, all right? You want to begin to understand that I have ways to get to certain things done for you, but people have got to be willing. You don't even have to have it. If you're an affiliate, someone wants to pay the big program, cool. Let them pay it. What do you care if you know or not? If you think because you don't know they're not going to buy it from you, then you're not using your resources. Your resources are the ones you want to begin to learn. And here's one thing. We cherish our affiliates' resources, which means this. You bring them, now you're an affiliate, we talk to you to get the program done. That's your person. We're not going to keep them from you. It's yours. And every time we're going to do something, we send you, here, affiliate, mail this out to your person. We don't mail them out from corporate credit blueprints. It comes from you. We send it to you, mail them out to them. Let them know what's coming up. If they want to join to come and listen to it, cool. Because we already have the name in the system. It'll automatically come up as yours. So just remember that. You don't have to worry about stuff like that. This is also another thing is you begin to learn how to build your personal and business credit. You learn how to separate the two and how it works. But one thing I want to let you know is this. You have endless opportunities in business credit, but you have only, there's a limit inside of your personal credit. There is. It is finite. Corporate credit isn't if you design it properly. Here's what I'll put out there. Fact checkers, do me a favor, please. Cloud9. Who is Cloud9? All right, Keith, check who Cloud9 is. All right, cool. Now, what I want to say to you is this. If you are even afraid of building your corporate credit, you don't have to be afraid. Also, like I told you before, if you're a whiner, we don't care about your past. I'm sorry to say that, but we don't. You got burnt because you needed an education. Now you come to us again. I'm saying this again because again this week we just got a whole, I don't know where they came from, but man, someone I just said, you know what? You're probably not good to deal with us. We're not a good fit, not a problem. Go over here, take these 3 places, they'll take care of you. I don't mind referring them that way. But here, if you're going to go ahead and say, well, this happened before here, this, dude, that's not going to, I'm sorry, it happened, but that's not us. Don't bring your past into our relationship. Our business relationship is different. You got burnt, I'm sorry they burnt you. We're not them. We never worked for them. We don't even know who they are, and I don't even care who they are. I only care about taking care of you now that you're going to grow up and realize that you're not, we're going to take care of you. And maybe not the way you think we should, but at the bottom line, you're going to get where you were going to get, and we're going to make sure you have it as long as you perform your end of the deal and our end of the deal. If you want us to bill it 100%, then it's on us. But if you're not paying us to do it 100%, don't whine to us when you don't follow our directions. It's a big difference, folks. So I just want to make that again clearly to you, okay? All right. Now the next thing is this: learning these forms, learning more about the SS, and learning about your own personal Social Security form. All right. These things we go into later in class, but the one thing I want to educate you on is this: remember, the SS4 form is going to be your most important friend. Remember, I told you here maybe 5 minutes ago that building corporate credit is infinite. Building personal credit is finite. It does run out. How many SS numbers can your corporation acquire? How many? How many would you like? Here's the thing. When you begin to understand how powerful this form is, it's finite. I mean, it's infinite, excuse me. It's infinite. Your Social Security and your personal credit is finite. Infinite is your SS4 form. That's the most powerful form that you could have and understand how it works. Here's the thing. If you're 18 years old, my God, you can have the world. You can have the world. You can not only be an Amazon, you can be Amazon times 10. You heard me say it, times 10. And I'll be glad to go to work for you until the day I drop. I'm not leaving until I'm 125. The day I turn 125, I might say 150. Then on the 150th birthday, I'm going to say, it's a 150th birthday. I'm going to blow out my 150 candles, and then I'm going to put my face in the cake and just die there. Upon my demise, I'm going to go home. All right? So there we go. So that's how I plan to stick around. All right. So when you learn this form, you're going to learn what the big yellow one is and what the bottom line is. Now, some of the things I'm not going to get too in depth tonight, but I will on Wednesday. But here's the thing I want you to begin to understand. I've covered this in class before, and I've covered this a lot with our students, because one thing you must begin to understand is how the corporations really got started, and they got started by the USA, okay? Now, there's all the information I gave you earlier. You can, even the fact checkers can go verify all this is true and accurate. But one thing I want to make sure you understand is that a corporation, you build a corporate umbrella, which like the United States did. And then it has its line of defense, which are all the 50 states are corporations, which now are under the umbrella of the corporate United States, Inc. Now you're going to set up your corporation called ABC, whatever it might call it. All right. Then you're going to have your businesses down here, whether it be LLCs, divisions. You can have an S corporation if you want. The time I say the S corporations, there's a place and time for them. Now, again, I'm telling you, I'm not here to be your attorney, but I'm telling you what we've done with attorneys that we've learned from, and strategy we learned from the Fortune 500s, even the Fortune 100s, even from Microsoft. I'm telling you, folks, that what the corporations, the United States has shown all of you how to put this kind of protection. This is why corporate credit is so powerful. And LLC credit is not as protect it because it still has a opening, which is called the human being, the flesh and blood man, which is AKA also the person that will be held accountable for whatever happens to the LLC. And if you don't believe me, I even put up here again, third party, I put up the, hey, Keith, if you can find it this week again, if you can find that attorney's information, let's get it together because I want to save it, put it in a place I'll always remember. So when I bring it up, I can bring it up and pop it in the screen. Thank you. Not tonight, but please find it. All right. So here's the thing. I want to show you what the attorney said. He's so right on. I've been saying this since 1991. And then also in the 80s when it first came around, 80s, and then the late 90s and the beginning of the 2000s, LLCs were beginning to come around. They're a limited liability company, not a corporation. And on top of that, who's the managing member? Hello? So there's a way around it so you don't get hit. Again, everything is designed to protect you as long as you don't do any fraud. Fraud's the only thing you can't get away from, okay? Bottom line. But it tells you why every state has the power because the 14th Amendment made it American, made it a personhood. But it only needs a person to speak in behalf. But there's a reason, there's a way that if you do it correctly, the paperwork will not only give you the hedge of protection, will also give you the power to say, I didn't do it on my own. As long as you don't do any fraud, you're good to go. You're good to go. Now, on top of this, you're going to begin to learn the strategies. Here's the beauty of the whole thing. Building business credit is infinite. Building your personal credit is finite. No matter, because I'm telling you, in our business, what we've been doing since the late 80s is having people always take care of their personal credit while they're building their corporate credit. That's a must. But now for a fact, you're going to need it next year. One thing I want to let you know is this. Most people fail trying to start a business, building business credit because of the fact most don't know that an EIN credit or a tax ID can be built regardless of your personal credit quality. Doesn't matter if you live underneath the bridge. All right? Here's the 3 steps of the line of defense. This is one thing we want you to begin to understand is this is the most powerful weapon that you can have. This is what we work with you. This is what we begin to build. If you must have an LLC and you must have it in your name, this is where you're going to put it. You're going to put it below where the line of defense is. So if you put it in your name, then you got protection if anything happens. Debt follows tax ID and borrowed money. Borrowed money is not taxable. If you want an S corporation, I tell people straight out, S corporation stands for stupid. Whoever does an S corporation, I'll say it straight out, stands for stupid. Well, I'm going to go ahead and run the money through. Really? Cool. Run it through. When you sign that 1120 form, guess who you're telling who owns 100% of the stock? So if anything happens, guess who's 100% hit? You, S corporation, so smart. If you get a good attorney, they'll tell you don't do it. Well, I just want to don't do it. How you do it is you build a line of defense. You build your corporation up here, and all the purple does is build business credit. It builds nothing but business credit. You do all your business down here. If you have to have an S corporation, you're going to create it down below the defense line so it doesn't come back on you. Hello. Everything we show you is always about building your credit, protecting your. Hey, if a lot of you, if you had your stuff together and had this part of the stuff in place, some of you wouldn't have lost your shirt in your business. You would have been able to, you could have saved, even if you would have lost in the COVID, you still would have won. Even when you lose, you'll win. Even when you lose, you'll win. You'll win in this business if you set it up correctly. Everyone, you tell me again who's teaching you how to get business credit and the line of defense to protect yourself. Nobody even mentions it online. Excuse me, 2 of us mentions it online, and that's it. The reason why I say 2 of us mention online, I got to give that man kudos. A lot of people burnt him, and a lot of people ripped him off because he got really big, and they ripped him off. His own people stole from him. How I know that? Because the thing is, sometimes they would call me and ask, "Hey, I can get you a good deal on this and that." I said, "No. I don't want to go ahead and take someone else's thing without them knowing about it, because then that'll go against me. I know I didn't want to do that. And, I didn't do that. So but the thing is, that's why I give him kudos. And he still stood strong and decided in the midst of people, they were selling products, out the back door. And that's one thing we ever have a tight ship about that, because we don't do that here. You want to sell a product back door? Don't you get me involved, because I'm not going to help you. Go right ahead, do it on your own. But here's one beautiful thing I want to let you know. At Corporate Credit Blueprints, everything we teach you is not from theory. It's everything we've done, are doing, and continue to doing because it works. And we're always looking for the future. What else we can go ahead and do? We don't try to haul everybody in. I'm not going to tell you, hey, we can get to $350,000 a day, it gets $250,000 a day. I will tell you how. If you want 250,000, you want 150,000 right away. Hey, we'll tell you, we're going to have your personal guarantee it, and you're going to get 5 different lines at one time, or five cards, or 3 lines and 2 cards, or 3 cards and 2 lines. It'd be 5, anywhere between 30 to 150, depending on your credit and depending on your credit cards. And you got to have at least a minimum. Here's what I shoot. It's 800 or nothing. All 3 bureaus got to be over 8. And then you got to have at least high credit card of 15,000. If not, I'm not going to, because a lot of you whine. Here's another whiny thing. Well, Mike, you think your credit's really good. I've had people come in here with 845, 835, and 840. The highest card was 15. No, excuse me. Their highest card was 10. And they had, 5 years of history. No house payment, no car payment history. That hurts. They came back and only offered them like $30,000. There was no history of depth of a car payment, no history of depth of a house payment. All right, but they did have a car. I think it was 10. So they offered them, that amount of money. They didn't want to take it. They were complaining. Well, guess where you got to start? You got to start somewhere and get those 5 cards and keep building. See, you all hurt yourself because, well, no, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. Oh, and I'm going to tell you, the company that we take it to, we don't do it. The company we take it to, they're going to charge you. We're not an affiliate with them. If I were an affiliate, I would tell you we're an affiliate and we get a piece of it. We're not an affiliate with them. I don't ask for it. Why? Because I just don't want nothing to do with that part. You don't want to get it done because you want something. No, now they can't say that to me. I want to get it done because here's what you say you want it. Now, don't complain if you don't get it. Everything we give you is to get a step. You want to make things happen? Well, I don't want to do stuff with 0% interest. Well, you're going to have it. Hello? All I want to let you know is that what we do for you is what you say, and we're giving you ranges because we don't know really, because when they dig, they're going to dig. And they do a soft pull. They don't do a hard pull. So with that said, I'm going a long ways. All right. Anyways, I had to cut off on that. That's too much on that. My guy's yelling at me. All right. So I just want to go ahead and say, look at folks. All I want to let you know, Corporate Credit Blueprints, we're here to make your dreams happen, but you've got to do, if you pay us to do all the work, that's not a problem. The only requirement on that particular package is that you must show up for every training, or let us know that you can't, and that you watch the link that we sent you. Now, all I just want to say is this. The ones we worked with, thank you for being such wonderful people. We know life comes up. You've been up against it out there. We support you, and way to go. You are like warriors. We're looking for warriors and warriorettes that want to build a dream and never be imprisoned again and through the society where society tells you this is how much you can make. And then they give you the leftovers. You're on the modern day plantation. It's time that you become the plantation and you have the modern people work for you. Because guess what? Either you're going to be the head or you're going to be the tail. You choose. But also by having your own business credit, you can be the head and not the tail. I want to say God bless all of you. Thank you for who you are. I'm thankful that God created you. And most of all, have a great evening. And we're looking forward to working with this week. And the rest of the students are listening to this. Man, let's have a bang up week. Some of you got a lot of stuff to do this week to get going for your areas. So what I want to say is good night and good luck. And most of all, at corporate-credit-blueprints.com, corporate-credit-blueprints.com, give us a call at 888-471-4252, extension 2001, or give us a call at area code 614-349-8242. Give us a call there. Now that line is a direct line if you're really serious. In other words, you're not going to get anybody on hold. This is going to go straight to the voice. And they're going to say, hold on, please, while they reach us. And wherever we're at, if we're not at our office at home, we'll be en route someplace, or we're at some other place, or we're in an office with someone where we're doing a presentation to the person. We will answer you live on that phone. And guess what? If we're busy, we're going to say, you know what? We're in the meeting right now. We'll call you back in X amount of time or send you a text. But one thing, that's a hotline. But that line, you best be serious, because whoever gets that phone, they're trained not to deal with your past. They're going to say, if you bring up anything about your past, you need to go somewhere else. We're not here to deal with your past. Yes, we understand people got burnt in their past. That's the past. That's not us. If you think that's us, then you need to go somewhere else, because we're not going to deal with your pettiness. Why? It's petty. I'm sorry. We've all been burnt. I've been burnt. So what? Get over it. Grow up. Learn how to write it off. You're going to whine about interest rates? Go someplace else, because you're not always going to get the interest rates. But do you think Donald Trump, those people worried about interest rates? No. Why? Because they can write it off. You must begin to understand the value of what write-offs really are. You got to get yourself a good CPA. You want one? Call me. I'll give you one. Won't even charge you for it, all right? I won't even charge you for the consultation. Someone keeps telling me I should start charging for the consultation. And you know what someone told me? Someone told me that actually from another company that does the YouTube stuff called me and told me, look, you have a lot of information that I keep hearing that these guys aren't saying out there. And of course, they're trying for the business. But anyways, they said for 15 minutes, you should charge $500 for 15 minutes. You have way too much. So I'm about ready to take them on it. But the one thing I'm going to have a call with them possibly tomorrow to see, maybe I might start with them and see what's going to go on. I don't know. But anyways, just want to say, have a great weekend, guys. Thank you for your support. Again, if you want to know when we're on again, if this is your first time watching us, just press that little black bell where you get notified, so then you'll know. It's not for us, because we don't really get anything out of this thing. What you get is you get to know when we're back on again. We're on Wednesday and Sundays. Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific time. Same time frame on Sunday. Same time frame on Sunday. Wednesday and Sunday, this is when you count us to be here. On top of that, we'll look forward to bringing you some great stuff next week. Thank you again. God bless you all. Have a good one.